Few fighters in history have reinvented themselves like the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. Fury debuted on the professional scene 10 years ago and, like a lot of heavyweight prospects, rapidly amassed a flawless double-digit record, his first 7 fights taking place over one 8-month period. At over 2 meters tall and impossible to miss, the Gypsy King made a name for himself outside the ring with a public persona that completely lacked a filter.
The David A question. Few things to say about him, really. He's a he wouldn't fight Tyson Fury. End of that one.
His runaway persona quickly got him into trouble with the British Boxing Board of Control. It wouldn't be the last time. His attention-seeking behavior eventually caught the eye of unified champion Vladimir Klitschko, and the Ukrainian legend tapped Fury to be his next challenger. Fury, like many of Klitschko's opponents at the time, was expected to present little trouble for the champ, being virtually unknown outside of hardcore boxing fandom. So Fury set about introducing himself to the world as loudly as possible.
I think he's dead right. I think he's right. I'm definitely a psychopath, and I hope he knows that. He's definitely true. He don't know what to expect. He don't know what's coming.
As it turned out, no one knew what was coming. Fury outboxed Klitschko over 12 rounds, took the unanimous decision and all of his belts, and became a legend overnight.
I am the golden goose in the heavyweight division. I'm the lineal heavyweight champion. They all want to be what I am. So, bring them on. That's all I say.
Now heavyweight champion of the world and at the peak of his career, Tyson Fury discovered how far he had to fall. His erratic public profile rapidly became downright destructive as his weight blew out and stories of drug and alcohol abuse began to circulate. His Christian faith became more and more fundamentalist, and Fury began issuing troubling, hateful statements on the role of women, gays, and Jewish people.
I was like in shock, and I mentioned it at the press conference, his statements about women, about gay community, men and women. When he got to Jewish people, he sounded like Hitler. The man is imbecile.
Fury began canceling rematches with Klitschko and failing to show up at press conferences. Then, nearly a year after becoming champion, he relinquished his titles and announced he was seeking professional help for addiction and mental health problems. And the British Board of Boxing Control canceled Fury's boxing license. The controversial champion's career looked all but over. During Tyson Fury's year out of the spotlight, he was plagued by problems. His relationship with his wife, Paris, broke down, and his weight ballooned to over 400 pounds. His battle with drugs and alcohol also became very public, and many doubted he would ever return to the ring, including Fury himself.
I was walking along the canal with my dog at the time. And I thought, you know what, I'm a fat pig, look at the state of me. Felt like jumping in the water and drowning.
Then, the Gypsy King met his new trainer, 27-year-old Ben Davison, who quickly earned Fury's respect and was instrumental in bringing him back from the brink.
So, he has his good days and he has his bad days, but, I've managed to adapt, work with him, and after a bit of time working with him, I can read him from a distance. I can know what he's thinking, what he's feeling when he wakes up in the morning.
With Davison's help, he announced his comeback at the beginning of 2018, and there was a tangible sense that something had changed.
The fire's back now, and it took over 2.5 years to get that fire back. I didn't think it was coming. I was waiting, thinking, is this fire coming or what? What's going on? And every time I went to the pub and had 10 pints of beer, I thought, yeah, I want to fight tonight. But in hindsight, I needed to get out of that environment, get away from it all, and then get my head back in gear and get focused.
Like most fighters, after a long layoff, Fury was keen to ease himself back into the spotlight. So began his return with an unremarkable opponent in the form of 39-year-old cruiserweight Sefer Seferi. The Macedonian journeyman looked like a child next to Tyson. While he did make easy work of Sefer in his first fight in over 2 years, retiring him in 4, all anyone cared about was which of the 3 champs, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, or Joseph Parker, Fury, wanted first.
They're all the same, really, and the outcome will always be the same. I'll always win. Because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. And that's it. Listen, they're all bums anyway. Wilder, Joshua, Parker, whoever else, they're all
The old Fury was back, and by taking on the former title contender and Klitschko victim Francesco Pianetta, he'd done enough to catch the eye of the WBC champ Deontay Wilder, who even came to make some noise at the weigh-in. The fight was a shutout for Fury, who was clearly happy to get some ring time rather than look for the finish. Frank Warren then announced that a fight between Fury and Wilder had been confirmed. After only 2 fights against less than stellar opponents to the undefeated world champion, many believed Fury had pushed it too far, too quickly. But Fury stayed positive, stayed focused, and trained hard. And when they rang the bell for round 1, he surprised everyone again. He outboxed Wilder for nearly the entire fight and won over even more fans when, after being laid out cold in the final round, he somehow beat the count only for the fight to be called a draw.
There wasn't many people who thought I could come here and box like that after the 2.5 years out the ring, and it's not been any secret what I've been doing out the ring.
While many believed he'd been robbed of the belt, he'd proven he could still perform at the highest level with the best in the world. From nothing to the top twice over, this time it feels like Tyson Fury has made the necessary adjustments to his life and personality to maintain his position without self-destructing.
I fought back from suicide and mental health and depression and anxiety, and I wanted more than anything tonight to show the world that it can be done. Anything is possible with the right mindset. If you believe in yourself and you sacrifice and dedicate with the right help, you can come back. Because when I sit here and say I was on the brink of suicide, I mean suicide, and I came back with the help of Ben Davison and a great team around me, we were able to achieve what we achieved tonight.
Well done! Thank you very much! Ladies and gentlemen, good night, I love you all!